Hey, real quick before we start, I'm not going to be answering any questions about the vaccine. So you guys can direct your questions all to football. I would love to answer them. So all respectfully, I appreciate it.
What's up, Jordan? Good to see you, man.
How you doing, John?
Good. I know you and I believe Micah and others last year referenced how not having this offseason portion kind of put you guys maybe behind the eight ball and behind things to start last season. Do you feel that this is going to make you guys hit the ground running better having this portion of the offseason program?
Yeah, of course. I mean, obviously, I don't think it hurts us to be able to come here, be around the guys, get on the field with our coaches, and just find ways to get better in the time that we have here. So I definitely think it's jumpstarting our season, and I think we have 90 to 95% of the guys here. Diggs came today, so it was a cool sight to see. And guys are here. We're working. We got a goal that we want, so guys are here and we're working.
It certainly has been a topic, the NFLPA kind of encouraging guys not to show up here. What does it say about this team, and maybe what were the conversations amongst you guys that has led to such a high attendance rate for this voluntary period?
Yeah, it was a lot of conversation. I guess you could look at it from both sides, but the guys, at the end of the day, it's all voluntary. So the guys, that decided to show up here, it's voluntary at the end of the day. Nobody's forcing anybody to be here, and obviously, we respect everybody's decision. But at the end of the day, we're here, we're working, and even the guys I know that are not here, they're still working, continuing to keep contact with the guys that are here. So it's very positive.
Thanks, man. Good to see you.
Yeah, thanks, John.
Hey, Jordan, it's Jay with the Buffalo News. How you doing?
What's up, Jay? How are you?
Good, thank you. How at this point in the season, how do you prepare in terms of, do you even bother looking at film of upcoming opponents, given how much has changed in terms of like potential new quarterbacks or potential new offensive coordinators? Is there any real benefit to studying opponents, or is it more self-study at this point in the offseason?
Yeah, I think a lot of it's mostly, especially OTA's time, it's a lot of self, what hurt us last year, and kind of, fixing a lot, there's a couple of routes that hurt us last year, and, we're at practice and we're fixing those specific routes and different coverages. It's not necessarily we're planning for our next opponent. We're getting better, getting better ourselves within our scheme. It's been good practice.
And then I wanted to ask you about Jaquan Johnson. You guys, didn't re-sign Dean Marlowe, who was sort of the veteran behind you and Micah. Jaquan's been around for at least a couple of years, though, here. What have you seen from him, and, how has he sort of developed underneath you and Micah since he's been here?
Yeah, a guy who's really grown, man. A guy who's really bought into the system. Going into his third year, you can tell how much more comfortable he is within the defense. I was training with him in the off season, and so I see his work ethic, and he's a special kid. He's got a lot of heart, and I think he can play in this league for a long time if he keeps his head up. So I know coaches here are excited about him. I definitely see him being a big part of this team's success.
Thanks, Jordan.
Yep.
Hey, Jordan, John O'Warrell.
How you doing, John?
Good. You've gotten me in a difficult position because I respect your point of view and you don't want to answer questions. So I'm gonna tread lightly here in a sense that, do you foresee this team having training camp in Rochester, and the freedoms to have all the benefits that come with that come with the NFL rules?
I'm not exactly sure your question.
There's a limitation. There's a ceiling as far as the NFL put out numbers that teams need to reach certain levels of vaccinations, and there's that word. I think this team, if you reach those levels, you would be able to go to St. John Fisher and actually have a return to normalcy in some sense. Do you foresee that happening?
John, I appreciate you, and you've done interviews with me a long time, dude. But I'm just not answering any questions that have anything to do with the vaccine.
And right,
I understand. I don't even want to, put that in in the, I like camp at St. John Fisher. I like camp here. They're two totally different places. Camp here, you get all the facility, camp there, obviously you get the camaraderie with the guys staying, but, at the end of the day, that's not my decision to make. And so, I'm just here with my team right now. But I like I said, John, it's all respect, but that's how I'm going to answer that.
I get that. It's been a hot topic here, and I understand that you've been part of the focus. So, how does this team move? I guess how does this team move forward? How does this not become a distraction, or has it? Because the fact that you actually started this thing, we know it has become a hot topic. I hate to be pressing you here, but the fact that I'm
gonna tell you, the guys right now in the locker room are focused on football. So that's the answer I'm gonna give you. Guys right now are focused on football.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Jordan.
Yeah, thanks, John.
Hey, Jordan, Sal here from WGR. Good to see you, man.
How you doing, Sal?
I'm good. Hey, you've been a part of a lot of training camps now. Not calling you old, but you've been in the league long enough to be new teams, older teams, veteran teams, experienced teams, somewhere in the middle. I mean, it struck me today just being out there. You guys are hitting the ground running, in and out of huddles. There's teaching going on, but it's not maybe like it would be if you had a whole bunch of new guys together. Do you get that sense? Can you give us a sense between the difference in a training camp when you have such an experienced group like this versus maybe when you get to a new team like you were in 2017?
Yeah, that's a good question, Sal, because I've never really been a part. I mean, the more I get older, obviously, the more years I've been in Buffalo, our team obviously gains that much more experience. So you could say this is the most experienced team that I've been around as far as in the offseason and going into a training camp. We got guys named going into his fourth year. Fourth year. Dang. Milano going into his fifth year. Levi going. We've all played together for a long time, and you don't necessarily see that a lot in the league. And so it is special to have, and we know we got to continue to work to get to where we got to go. And that's just the mindset that we have on the defensive side of the ball. We know the talent's there. We got to work, and that's I truly believe the guys been doing that. Even leading up into before we got out here, guys have been working because they understand this window probably not going to get it many times, and so we want to take advantage of the opportunity that we have right now.
Thanks, Jordan.
Yeah, thanks, Sal.
Jordan Poyer, Mookie Hawkins, Waffle Sports 1080. How's it going?
What's up, Mookie? How are you?
I'm good, man. How was your off season?
It was good, brother. It was good. Played a lot of golf.
Well, I need to be hitting you up for a few pointers. I gotta go up against Jay Scursy the end of this month. But nevertheless, man, the sigh of relief that Coach Leggy Frazier is back, and how easy is it for you to just relay everything to the younger guys, knowing that Coach Frazier is back and everybody's back in this team? How easy is it for you guys just to hit the ground running now?
Yeah, I think you understand the structure and understand what the coaches around here expect out of you. And so it's, when young guys come in, you can kind of explain to them, like, this is how we practice. This is how we go about our day. This is how we meet, And so, they've all been in this system long enough to understand what the coaches expect out of us. And so us as leaders, we try to kind of be the leaders, for example, for the young guys, showing them, this is how we work out. Like I said, this is how we practice, how we work out and whatnot. So yeah, you can say it's a lot easier. It ain't nothing easy in this league, but at the same time, having Coach Frazier coming back, with the guys that we have, everybody coming back, coaching staff, it is a lot smoother to be able to understand what they expect out of us. And really not kind of, when the first year we came here in 2017, we didn't really understand, what they expected out of us. We learned quick, but at the same time, now we know as soon as we get here, this is what they expect. We hit the ground running, and you see how we practice today.
Right. Speaking of the newer guys, how quickly and how are they to, pick up things, and what are your impressions of the younger guys?
Yeah, man. This isn't I'll talk on the defense side of the ball, but this isn't an easy defense to pick up. It took me, I'm still learning now, but it took me quite a while to actually figure it out. But they're picking up, man. You can tell, it's just the type of guys that Bean and Sean bring in here. They're all hardworking guys who, greedy guys down in the playbook and want to get better, man. So, it's been fun to see the young guys continuing to grow. Greg, is big. I mean, I seen it for the first time. That dude is huge, man. And it's dope. I mean, he's gonna get his hand up and give you opportunities to make plays on football. So, it's awesome to see these guys come in here working hard and buying into the system.
Absolutely, man. Welcome to football, and welcome back to football. And
appreciate it, Mookie.
Yes, sir.
Good to talk to you, man. See you soon.
All day.
Hey, Jordan, I think Sal mentioned it that, it had the feel of like a training camp practice out there today, even though you weren't going full speed. What's it like having Emmanuel Sanders on the other side there? How familiar are you with him, and what do you think he could bring on the other side of the ball if you've ever gone up against him before?
I mean, yeah, just a new weapon for Josh to have, man. I mean, you see the guy with the ball in his hands. He's a vet. He's only been here a couple of days. I think I played him maybe one time when I was in Cleveland younger, and I remember they had a bomb down the sideline, dude, and it was off to the races. But just another weapon for Josh to have, man. Another veteran in the room to continue to help us win games, man.
And I think it was Leslie said it earlier today. Dane Jackson showed up this year with a little bit of a different, confidence level. Obviously, you make plays in this league, you're going to develop that. What have you noticed here early on here from him, and him kind of, had another good day here today? I know it's only, the spring, but a guy that I think there's a lot of expectations within the fan base and probably within the team as well.
Well, I mean, I know you guys saw him training this offseason, who he was training with. So, I mean, that dude, first of all, when I first met Dane, I knew he was a dog. The dude can play, and he's only gonna gain his confidence the more he plays. And I mean, I think the sky's the limit for that dude, man. The first play out there today, I think he had a one-on-one rep with Diggs and broke up the pass. And so the dude likes to compete, likes to play out there training with Aaron Donald. He motivated me this offseason, some of the training that he was doing, So, his confidence is just going to continue to grow as he continues to make plays.
Thanks, Jordan. Appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks.
Hey, Jordan. Good to see you.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
My question for you, I guess the first one is, what does it do for you when you see Brandon go out and draft a couple defensive ends with the first 2 picks, as to the defense as a whole, when you say hey, we're close, and clearly Brandon thinks you're close because he's going out there trying to add to the pieces?
Yeah, I mean, you said it, trying to go out there, add some pieces to get after the quarterback and be able to affect him. Because at the end of the day, that's the main guy that you got to affect on the field as a quarterback. And so, whether it's his length or his power or his speed, he can get there all sorts of ways. And he's going to help us win a lot of football games. Just based off of that, he might get a hand up, tip ball into the game right there. So, he's done a lot of good things so far early on, and it's going to be fun to continue to watch him grow.
And I know you said you're focused on yourself right now, but I'm just curious, as the offseason went on and you saw what went on in your division with the Patriots spending, I believe, $300 million in free agency, Miami adding some pieces, especially offensively with Waddle and Will Fuller. If you look at that challenge and say they're coming for us, but it's nice to be the team that they're coming for.
Yeah. No, I mean, I saw, I think the AFC East might be one of the toughest divisions in football this year, just based off of, everything that New England did, Miami did, the Jets, the Jets did some things too. So it's going to be very competitive. And, that's what you want. You want a tough division. You want people to talk about your division. And that's, that's why you play the game, to go out there and compete.
Thanks, Jordan.
Appreciate it, Mike.
Hey, Jordan, it's Marcel. How you doing, man?
What's good?
You recently got a chance to speak with with kids escaping drugs about your story and your background. What was that experience like for you? And I'm sorry if this has been asked before I got in here a little bit late, but what was that experience like for you, especially since you just recently, shared your story and your journey with sobriety and alcoholism?
Yeah, it was it was really, it was my first time doing that in front of a group, other than obviously a couple groups I went to in Florida, but really kind of explaining them to what I went through, and I was able to hear some of their stories, and it really touched my heart, some of those stories that they have and what they've gone through. And so I just want to continue, for me, I just want to continue to inspire others to know that it's okay to ask for help, and it's okay it's okay to talk about it. I feel like what I'm trying to do is normalize talking about it, normalizing asking for help. And I think, you know, I can't wait to continue to meet a lot of those kids because you can tell a lot of them, you know, have some really rough stuff going on, but you can see their spirits are high now and they're blessed to be in the position that they are. And you know, that's how I feel too.
Was it hard for you to not just share your story publicly, but to be like take on an active role in trying to help others, or is that part of the process?
I mean, I've always liked, you know, honestly, when I made the post, I had no idea what ramification, I had no idea what would come of it, you know, and there's been so many opportunities that have really opened up since I made that post, you know, I made that post just, you know, I had heard somebody passed away in the prior months, and, you know, it really touched me and affected me in ways where I felt like I needed to share my story to, you know, hopefully stop the next person from becoming, you know, that. And, you know, and so when I posted, I really, you know, I had no idea that, you know, it would blow up the way that it did. But I'm extremely blessed that it did, because now I have opportunity to inspire a lot of people, and help a lot of people to become a better person, better, you know, best version. I always tell people, you know, who do you want to be? You want to be the best version of yourself. And so that's who I wanted to be. I wanted to continue to be the best version of myself. And that's why, you know, part of me made the post.
Got it. Right. Appreciate you. I know a lot of people needed to hear that message. Appreciate it as well, man.
Appreciate it, Marcel.
And it's John again, Jordan, and congratulations on that. And I've got a football question for you. Just
All right.
The importance of Star. And did we find out how important Star Lotulelei was to this defense in some ways last year? Not just his presence and what maybe might have been lacking in part to this defense last year. No offense to the guys there, but did we find out how important Star is to this defense?
Yeah, I mean, you know, like you said, the other guys, you know, they did a good job. The Star is a star, man. You know, that's why he is who he is. You know, he goes in, he's a selfless player, doesn't care about the limelight, doesn't care about the statistics, man. He's gonna go hold double teams all day and let you go get over the top and make the play. That's just the type of player he is. And so, yeah, he is definitely missed, but I know, you know, he's getting right and getting ready for the season, and we can't wait to see him.
Good. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Jordan.
Thanks, guys.